134.
Good darts, 4 ready items to leave, 84 after 12. That's a decent response to Clayton's opening salvo.
140.
Now, interesting phase of the game here. A couple of important turns coming up. Can Idams go out on 84? Can he hit the bullseye off 84? No, he
59.
cannot. And that gives Johnny Clayton an opportunity to have dart or darts to break. It will be dart. It will be 1 dart at double 16. And
Game
Clayton
shot.
loves that area of the board, the southwest region, who are up next. But then there would be a total, of, including that match, of 3 matches to come between this match for Johnny
140.
Clayton and his next one, should he prevail and turn this 3-0 advantage into a victory. So a little bit of a breather to get back on the practice board and enjoy a cup of tea
180.
before he's back on the board. But he's got to get this job done first and foremost.
$56.
Well, another chance for Idams. Choices here, out of ball probably, but goes treble 15 for double 8. Fair enough. Double 4.
57.
Couple of chances at double for the German. And Clayton doesn't need a second invitation to put that one away. I'm very much in the box seat now for a 6-0 scoreline. 50 ahead plus these, Johnny Clayton.
59.
Well, he leaves the finish. He will have first crack at it for the match.
$140.
And that does leave a finish for Idams. So Clayton will be looking at the bullseye at the end of the combination if he finds 2 big trebles. Finds 1 but not the second. And that's an
138.
excellent setup. Well, I say excellent setup. It's classic Clayton counting, isn't it, to leave 26. He's trying to work it out now. What have I done? You've left
42.
26, Chief. You need double 13. And he
Okay,
doesn't
Johnny.
care. All the
Johnny
doubles are the
Clayton.
same size, aren't they, Johnny? Johnny Clayton. 6-0 over Rene Idams. But Hempel will be fully aware. He just needs to mind his work here because nothing's silly now. He can just keep his nose clean from this period onwards. He'll just ease his way through. But Mansell has
180.
other ideas. That maximum will give him a crack at 140,
100.
which would put him right back in the match, by the way. It's on here. It needs another. Just over pitched. 100 is a good score from there
100.
to leave 40. Because he's asking a question here of Hempel. This is a possibility, but Mansell will feel he could well be back for 40. And he is going to be back for 40. And this will put a different complexion on this
72.
match. And
Game
that
shot.
changes the narrative. Because Mickey Mansell back within 1 for Florian Hempel. Mansell now arguably favourite for the match. Almost from nowhere.
100.
And 1-2-1, which is what he left last leg.
$81.
That deflection could prove troublesome. 1-2-1, treble 20 will be the start of the escape route. 61 left. It's good. Double 14.
93.
Well, 160 is a long shot. 2 treble 20s. There's one of them. Will lead Tops if he can find that target again. Oh, yes, he can. Tops, he missed it for a 145.
Game shot.
He's hit it for a 160. The giant German with a giant finish. Well, it has the feeling of a crucial leg of darts, this 9th leg. In this best of 11. And that could
134.
be a priceless 2 treble visit to leave just 60, a 2-dart combo. But this could go treble 17. That would have left the bullseye.
96.
That leaves 64. But Mansell is first to have a crack at a finish in the 60s. He's got 2 darts. That was a little bit close to the treble. He's got 2 darts at tops. There
Game
it
shot.
is. He just floated over the first dart and he takes the lead. Oh, could he see the 140 and raise it to the maxi?
180.
Brilliant response. Oh, this really has been a superb leg. 81 apiece left. The Mansell's got 1 dart here.
127.
Was hunting the treble 19, would have left 24, and that's what Hempler's looking at now. With 3 in hand, 12 segment now. The single would leave the ball. And this is to send us into a last leg. It's
32.
wild. And Mansell now, we're looking at a 2 dart combination, should get at least 1 dart and a double here for the match. 42? No, 54 for double 10 was the target for Mickey Mansell. That's 34 of them to leave tops. And
Game
Mickey
shot on the match.
Mansell
Mickey
has staged an absolutely epic recovery from 3-0 down against an opponent averaging 118 and change. And then you've just got to keep kicking on unless you want to retire. But I mean, there's no suggestion that Michael Smith wants to turn it in after winning the World Championship. He wants multiple World Championships. And he's having to work again at his game to keep moving
57.
forward, because if you don't improve, you'll go backwards
And
in
I
this
think,
game.
particularly for a player like him who's suffered so many big final defeats as well, that finally conquering that mountain,
85.
such a huge moment for him, and he deserved to be able to celebrate it.
My word, yes. If you can't celebrate winning the World Championship, Chris, what can you celebrate?
96.
Will he be
So-
celebrating an 82 finish here? Could be the ball. 17 would tee up tops.
Game
Easy,
shot.
2-0. Been
Smith will keep the foot down, keep the pedal to the metal.
8 6-0 scorelines in the first round already today. Some of them
140.
quite surprising. Danny Noppert, for instance, losing 6-0.
100.
But it could be 4-0 here. Michael Smith on 110. Can't take it out now.
70.
Well, after the first dart, that's a good outcome for Smith. But Lauby, 1 dart in the treble 20 will give him a bullseye attempt. Can't find either of them.
65.
So went for the ball either way to leave 40 to match Smith's score. But Michael Smith's got 3
Game
in
shot.
hand and he only needs 1 of them. And the bully boy goes 4 up.
With a 4th max of the match.
Well, it has the
100.
air of delaying the inevitable here, with Michael Smith going off with a maximum, but you do never know. But it might give Michael Smith a chance for a
180.
9-dart leg in the end. Smith might be glad of missing that double 13 for the match, which would have wrapped it up 6-0, because he wouldn't have had this
100.
opportunity for a 9-darter.
We didn't get one yesterday. There was 3 on the Euro Tour. Michael Smith missed
97.
by a margin, didn't he, the treble 19. Actually wondered whether he might go another route. The
Well, he
bully
has
boy.
been known to set up some fairly wild
81.
alternatives on the 9-dart bid, hasn't he?
Double 15 he's left in the past, but he's left on double
Game shot
16
and match.
here.
Michael
And he
Smith.
does win with an 11 darter. Had the chance to produce a perfect 9 at the end of the match.
Well, even with the maximum, Whitlock's throw under a little bit of threat here.
100.
Well, Scott will have a look at that 1-2-1.
$101.
So treble 20 for starters. 11s. And double 14 to level the match.
Game
Brilliant
shot.
stuff from Connor Scott, and it's a breaker throw as well. So effectively he's got control of the game by getting it back on throw.
You would say demonstrably tougher because 2 different trebles are required. He can't find a treble in his first 2 in any regard.
74.
The 136 for Whitlock is not going to happen. It doesn't look like leaving it too handy either.
40.
That he's left a bigger finish than the one that Connor Scott faces here.
Well, audacious attempt at double-double. And that could be on here with a single 20.
Double 19, double 19.
Yes.
Game
Oh,
shot.
yes. But I feel a three-figure visit was what he needed.
96.
Close to it to leave a manageable finish. Simon Whitlock can't go out. The sort of bloke that would leave double one, but not on this occasion, surely.
126.
Has to find the treble 19 now. Or he could go for treble 15, which leaves him on the bullseye.
89.
Felt more likely that he would hit the treble and get a go at something there with a block treble 19. You can see the sense in that shot from Scott, but he might find himself now needing to win the 3 remaining legs in the match.
Tops. And still. And yes.
Game shot.
He's actually faltered more in the middle of legs in the scoring segment with those sort of wayward darts. Scott should be getting an opportunity to win this leg, and certainly will be now with a maximum. 6 in the game. Whitlock with a better ratio, but Scott looking at 81 for an 11 darter.
If he doesn't take it, which will be on the bullseye, Whitlock's waiting 56. On a mammoth outshot for the match. And if he can find the first treble 20, you'd fancy he'll get a poke at tops. He has. Brilliant darts for tops for a rip-roaring outshot to win it. Simon Whitlock produces the wizardry to defeat yesterday's runner-up, and Connor Scott is sent packing as he looked for 95, so he found to leave 170. He will get a look at that 170.
100.
Dom Taylor will only have a 1 treble to double finish if Anderson misses. If Anderson misses, the big fish is reeled in, is netted.
He's
got breathing space here, Anderson, to square the match off.
41.
Taylor has led 3 times, but on each and every occasion Gary Anderson has levelled, and it seems
98.
likely that he's going to do so again. 140 was Anderson's target when he towed the Oki Air. He can still get it, but it's awkward.
100.
But even 100 leaves a 2-dart combination. He'll hope to get 2 darts at double, and certainly 1. Can Taylor leave something here? He can leave 28. My word, he can leave 28. So Gary Anderson, he needs to tidy up. Oh, great start to the visit. Can he end it on double 10? No.
60.
Well, now Dom Taylor has a bona fide opportunity. And he takes it. As I mentioned, Taylor beat Raymond van Barneveld in the German Darts Championship earlier this year. Probably a career highlight
58.
up to press. But this would be one he would love to have on his CV here. A victory over yesterday's winner, the former world champion, the former Premier League champion, Gary Anderson, looking to leave 50 here.
140.
Well, leaving 90. Very good after 9 darts. And Taylor has had a leg that hasn't lived up to that billing.
41.
Continues to struggle. So Gary Anderson should get one back here. 25, does he stay there? No, he finds the treble 15 for double 10,
Game
and he
shot.
finds it this time. It's there. And this is 6th of the match, as you see.
41.
Well, that's the mistake Gary Anderson craved. Gives him
100.
a huge advantage now. He's 139 in front. Taylor started this leg, but Anderson has kick-started it.
45. $91.
Well, Gary Anderson has been in control of this leg since opening up with the max. Now it's a case of finishing the job he has started.
140.
Doesn't have to entertain the bullseye at the end of this turn. Will he stay there? No, he won't.
90.
It's a perfect visit, really, in the circumstances. As
135.
is that. Gary Anderson has not led in this match, but he
Game
puts
shot
his
on the
head in
match.
front
Gary
on the
Anderson.
line and beats Dom Taylor just. Well, this is a chance to get a real grip on this match here for Kai van Hoven.
123.
Well, had that gone to the left of the wire, it would have a massive difference. Obviously, really. Would have left 48.
110.
As he's left 105 by straying into the treble 1. Well, it could still go, but the treble 20 was required to leave double 15 as it
81.
happened. But straight to the treble 1 last time, treble 5 this time. Doesn't know whether he's slicing or hooking.
49.
Missed start, double 16 for Watamina. Mike Kai van Hoven wants double 12, and he's got 3 here for the break and the 3-1 lead. Double 3.
Game
Well,
shot.
you can call it unorthodox if you like, but it counts just the same. And if he can break here, the match would be all but done.
99. $58.
The deflection unhelpful, to say the very least. Now, can Kai van Hoven conjure something up here? Oh, is that touching?
140.
It is touching. A forensic examination of the board indicated as much. The bull. Oh,
shot.
magical darts. It's in there, Jermaine. To Jermaine Watamina in the previous leg. Was the highest checkout of the match. 124 on the bull.
100. $97. $96. $140.
Well, that 124 on the bull was all well and good, Jermaine, but if you lose the next leg, it's going to be of little use to you because it's going to put Kai van Hoven 5-2 up if he can clean this up. On tops.
Game shot. $100. $125.
To put him 2 darts away from winning the match.
170.
We'll get 2 match darts, and both of them to start with will be at double 8.
Game shot.
And Mike Kyverone closes the door on his Dutch compatriot Jermaine Watamina.
Been a fascinating day so far. Round one had 9 6-0 scorelines. That's a lot. But then in round two, none of them. As everything just got a little bit tighter.
95.
Yeah, you would expect more 6-0s in the first round and fewer as the tournament progresses, because the gap between players will be at its biggest in the first round, you would think.
Makes sense to me.
There are 56 left. Now 40 left.
46.
Well, he's disappointed with that. As well he might be. Never up, never in. Tops.
Game shot.
Well, that's how to do it.
What's he up to here? This looks very good.
130.
Until dart number 6. It's still very good. He's left 182 after 6, but he wanted to leave 144.
83.
Now we're starting to see some players kick into gear at this point of the day. Best average of the day was by Mike De Decker against Ryan Meikle in the previous round, 108.79. I have a sneaky suspicion someone's going to beat that in this round.
60.
But it might not be Aspinall, because look at what the world number 1 is doing. Double top.
62.
But we'll expect to be back, and most likely he will be for double 10.
140.
With good visit by Aspinall, but not good enough. So Luke Humphries now eyeing up double 10. But it spurns his advances, and he wants double 5, and he can't find that. So an unexpected opportunity for the Asp, who wants double 9. No. Need to split it. So 1 for double 4. He's going to get one more dart maximum at a double at the end of this turn. Really important dart for Nathan Aspinall to stay in the hunt. Nails it.
Shot.
Kudos.
It's amazing how the expressions change in such little time as well. It's all smiles for about 2 or 3 seconds, but then when it's game on for leg 7, everything is back on. The trebles, the focus, and the full boats,
130.
which is exactly what Aspinall doesn't get, but he does get to a finish first.
2 adrift again now, mind you.
100.
After that mishmash of a finish from Luke Humphries. Double 19, yes. The bullseye.
107.
Whistles wide left and slightly south. Humphries, to make him pay, will want the same target, but now he wants double 11 because he hits the treble. And Luke Humphries, well, that was World Championship finishing.
And Vessel Nyman with another ton-plus average, this time in the board final, beating Neil Zonneveld by 6 legs to 1. He is on a charge today.
180.
Paul Nicholson, I think. Thinly veiled tip for Wessel Nyman there, Paul. You were saying earlier, weren't you, that the way he was playing earlier on this afternoon, you fancied him for a deep run, and you may well be proved correct.
They took a getter in Price with some stunning stuff, averaging over 105. Humphries here just needs 3 more darts to complete this one.
81.
150 for the last 16.
And another. It's there. Double 18.
140.
Well, that was a match start, by the way. And Aspinall has to save the match with a 2-dart combo. Double top. Needs to get it there. Gets it above the target. And in.
Game shot.
Well, I think the first dart, though it missed, was important because he'd been leaving those short, hadn't he? But I feel it's one that would be used very fairly about Nathan Aspinall. The nugget. Nuggety Nathan. I could carry this on all day.
You're going to have to take that one to the World Grand Prix, Rod.
I will certainly do that, Paul. I think I've stumbled across something.
83.
It's not a finish, but it's a massive lead by 182 points.
96.
So time here for Humphries to tee this up as he likes, because Aspinall will need at least 2 turns and probably more from 268.
65.
I assure you that Humphries wanted to leave that a bit more handy than 117.
Without a doubt.
Now this has got to be a treble to leave a finish.
80.
He can't find it. So Luke has still got 6 darts from here. Might only need the 3. And through to the next round he goes. A great fight back from Aspinall. But ultimately, Humphries had the darts in leg 10 and had a bit of space to work with.
But Anderson's winning streak here in Leicester has stretched across 2 days very impressively.
100.
I remember the first time I ever saw it in person. Robert Thornton, March 2009. He won 2 events at the Magnum Centre in Irvine.
100.
And I remember a game he played against Gary Anderson that weekend. The audience it drew was ridiculous. Double 16 for Clayton.
34.
It's an opportunity for Gary, but it's a tough one.
Oh, it's getting easier. Well, I say easier. Getting more possible. Johnny Clayton
110.
is back, looking at double 16 with Anderson breathing down his neck. Double 8.
60.
And he's forced the error.
Double 18 for Gary then.
Game shot.
And he swarms all over the errors made by Clayton, which were very uncharacteristic in that department of the board. Even if he wins today for a 30th Players' Championship victory, it won't bother him. It's just another win.
Well, he
57.
knows, like most of the very elite players in the game, that if he brings his A game, he wins most of the time, almost all the time. If he turns up and averages 106, 107, 108, there are very few players in the world who will beat him. Obviously, you could put Humphries and Van Gerwen, Littler in that bracket, but they would have to play pretty close to their A game to beat Anderson playing like that.
That's true. And I think the point is embellished by the fact that not many people can remember games where he's averaged 108 and lost. So his 108s might be better than some other people's.
But having given Anderson the big up, he's in
57.
danger of handing the break back here, because Clayton will fancy the job on 76. 56 left. Well, picks tops. It's
Game shot.
tops.
Hetter against White is a good one. Chisnell against Rasma is a good one. Even Lee
180.
Evans against Martin Schindler, where Evans is 3-1 up. Unexpected fixture, but it's delivering. And Clayton is delivering yet another 12 darter
96.
potentially here. It's 81 after 9 for the second consecutive leg.
24 left. Or double 6 left.
Game shot.
Needs to be a little bit careful with that. He didn't want to come inside that one and start prodding around on double 3, but he was more than careful. He was precise. Yes, he got a bit of a tonking from Phil Taylor then on one occasion, but a lot of people did in that very building. I think he lost something like 16-4, 17-4 in that final. But nonetheless, I think fair to say, Paul, that he and Johnny Clayton have still got power to add.
Haven't they just? Many different facets, singles darts, World Cup darts, whatever they choose. They might not be the youngest of
130.
dart players, but I assure you of this, they've still got drive. They're still money hungry and title hungry.
140.
And Clayton is possibly getting a third straight leg here for a 5-2 lead.
$83.
Hasten to say that Gary needs this. Otherwise, his winning streak in Leicester might be over.
$48.
It's going to be 20 for double 16 for the Ferret.
Game shot.
And when he's
And there
playing
it
well,
is.
that is a gimme. I'll give Gary some props. He got more legs off Taylor than I did in the best of 31 in that year. I think I only got 3.
100.
He was a difficult man to beat, Paul, at that particular juncture,
Yeah,
or any juncture for
I
that
shouldn't have
matter.
given him the bullseye backstage. That was my mistake.
180.
Well, Chris Dobie hasn't made a mistake. He's through to the quarterfinals, but is Johnny Clayton as well?
Not on this turn, and Anderson can close the gap to 5-3. Should close the gap to 5-3. If he doesn't, Clayton's back for the match. Oh, goodness me. And Gary Anderson almost put that third dart clean through the board
60.
in frustration. But Clayton now will not get a better chance to wrap it up. And wrap it up he does with a bow on it, and he defeats Gary Anderson and ends his winning streak in Leicester. Anderson won 10 on the trot. He couldn't make it 11. Chizzy in charge here of the first leg, and on the charge.
45.
What a leg this has been from Dave Chisnall. He's left double 18, his favourite after 9 darts. And this has not been a disgraceful leg from Mervyn King by any manner of means, but he's been left well behind despite leaving 121 after 9, but he's waiting in the wings. Steady on, Dave, it's not in. Double 9, if he can regain his balance and his poise.
Game
And
shot.
he can. 12 darter to open from Chizzy. This could be a cracking visit. Oh, and it is.
180.
Squeezed 2 into the top corner quite impressively. Third maximum, leaving him 61.
Keep that camera still. I'm telling you.
Mervyn is irked. But he used that irritation to his advantage to hit a 140, but nevertheless, Chisnall wants 61.
21.
Treble 7 leaves tops. Double 10.
Game shot.
And it gives him the 3-1 lead with the break of throw. Giving Mervyn the chance of a break back, which he so badly needs.
137.
Needs to score heavily again, and my word, he's doing so. Brilliant from Mervyn
180.
King. Sensational stuff. Back-to-back maxes. Leaves 89. He'll get the chance, and he's deserved it. Well, what a leg of darts
140.
this has been. But Mervyn King with a chance of an 11-dart leg here to close the gap. It'll have to be 12. Leaves double 5. Oh,
Game
that's
shot.
sensational. It really was. Well, Mervyn King has still got it in his locker. That was as good as he's ever been. Even a single 20, the difference between 128 and 148 can be significant. Especially with this coming in from Chisnall.
180.
What a beautiful 180. Lined up like 3 pints on a bar, and Dave Chisnall with his 4th maximum has left a 2-dart combination finish. Unless Mervyn King has got an absolute ramtoosler of a finish at the end of his right arm here. He can't find that one. And so Dave Chisnall now,
48.
unexpectedly really, given the way this leg had gone for the most part, unexpectedly has a chance to go 2 clear once more. 10, leaves tops. Leaves double 10 again.
Game shot.
And he hits it again. So 4-2 to Dave Chisnall. And that
180.
could well signal the beginning of the end here. A 6th maximum puts Chisnall 2 darts from the match.
$83.
That doesn't leave a finish, so Chisnall now 6 darts at 45. May only need 2. Will only need 2 if he can hit this first dart.
Game shot on the match.
And Dave Chisnall breezes through to the semi-finals, defeats his old rival Mervyn King.
Yeah, that was actually at the same stage of the same type of tournament, a Players' Championship semi-final 6
180.
years ago.
Do you want to change your thought process now after the start? giving you a chance to change your card like Bruce Forsyth used to do and play your cards right, Chris. Do you want to change or stick?
Oh, I'm not saying that I think
125.
Schindler will win. I'm saying he will think he'll win. I'm sure Chris Dobey will think that he will win the match as well.
Thinly veiled changing of opinion
Definitely
there.
changing
from,
now. Come
from
on, Chris.
Booth.
180.
Because what a start it could be.
It's almost comedic. He wins the bullseye, he goes off Maxi, and he's now lining up a 9-dart bid, which Chris Murphy will call in.
Well, treble 20. Here we go. Treble 19. Double 12. And
Game
Dobey
shot.
delivers a perfect leg in the first leg of his semi-final showdown with Schindler. What a moment. But some of our viewers maybe went on to win that tournament as well.
Well, he's got plenty of chance of winning this tournament because he's a couple up here,
137.
which makes him a very strong favourite to reach the final. And depending who he'd play there, I'm not sure if he'd be a favourite. I think Chisnell
20.
against Dobey. I think Chisnell might be a marginal favourite there. I'm not sure. But he'd certainly be a favourite if he played Burton. That's if he gets there. Let's not write Martin Schindler off at 0-2.
74.
That could have been 0-3 on double 16. And it may still be if Schindler can't conjure something up here. Wanted 2 treble 19s. Didn't get the first. Couldn't get the party
64.
started. Chris Dobey then double 16 for 3-0. The most blistering standard
Game
of
shot.
darts you could wish to see.
One of 3 that were hit at the Hungarian Darts Trophy. A record tally for a European Tour event. We did have one earlier today by Adam Warner.
57.
Such a frequent occurrence these days, but always a pleasure to watch anyone at the
100.
top of their game. And this could be 1-2-7 in game. Won't be now, but Dobey on throw. Not really in this leg.
38. $140.
Make it a couple of legs on the trot. Leaves the bullseye.
Game shot.
Oh, yes, Martin.
Another 180 for Dobey is 4 for the game. None in the Schindler column, but he did have that 177.
28.
Oh, that's a mess. A real mess, because not only has he scored next to nothing, but he hasn't left a finish in the process. Allowing Dobey to
137.
flex his muscles and give himself a chance to restore a 2-leg lead.
95.
Tops it is. Or double 10.
Game shot.
That extra determination he'd be feeling because of that.
And if you look in the dictionary under revisionism,
180.
you'll see a transcript of Chris Dobey's speech there at the start of this 8th leg. But in any regard, the bottom line is Dobey
85.
is 5-2 up and looking now for 6-2, pushes opponent to the brink. Double 18, bullseye.
Game shot.
Oh my word, Hollywood finish from Hollywood Chris Dobey. 6-2 up, 4 in front, 5 to play.
$140.
No finish even with that sterling effort, so Dobey can put himself on a finish here, should put himself on a finish here, and has
134.
done to some tune, so that will be for the match. And Schindler now at 2-6 behind must surely know that he's going to have to rely on Dobey missing multiple match darts to get back into this.
97.
He's going to miss one here possibly, or 2 if Schindler's to stay in it. He's going to get 2 here. Chris Dobey, double 16.
60.
Well, he has missed a couple.
But can Schindler stay in it? He needs another single 20 to get a go at tops. And to climb that ladder.
60.
Can't find the double, so Dobey now with a glorious chance to put him away and reach the final.
And that's
shot
that.
match.
Chris Dobey in a
Dobey.
match where he opened with a 9-dart leg, finishes with a 7-2 success, and has taken the wall down brick by brick to win 7-2 and march on into the final where he'll play Dave Chisnall or Stephen Burton. Can he do it again? It would sure. Oh no, it's impossible. Is it? Is it impossible? Can he make the impossible possible?
140.
Well, I tell you what, if he'd gone 9-darter again to start the match, we might as well have turned the lights off and gone home, because there's nothing you can add to that, is there?
81.
I mean, what more can you do?
He's doing things more regularly in a good way in 2024 than ever.
123.
He wins this final, it will be his 3rd victory of the season. He's never done that before.
Very few have, Paul. It would be Chisnall's 2nd, I think I'm right in saying. I think he won
60.
Players' Championship 6 in Hildesheim. Dobey won in Leicester earlier this year and in Milton Keynes. Tops for a 12-darter.
38.
Chisnall's played incredible stuff over the last 3 games. Well over the 100 average 3 times in a row.
140.
I get the feeling he's going to have to do that again.
Well, at the start of this match, bookmakers were struggling to split the 2 players. The fact that Dobey has got the throw in the odd-numbered legs might well have made him a slight favourite when the match started. But this would shift the odds somewhat. If Chisnall can shift this 120, needs to treble above that first dart to leave tops. Perfect adjustment. Now, this would be a real cage rattler.
Game shot.
Brilliant finish after Dobey had threatened a 9-darter, then missed a bunch of darts at double, and Chizzy went bingo, took out the 120. Interestingly enough. So we may see this duel again in upcoming matches, but as Paul rightly points out, the rankings are very much in flux. They're very fluid
120.
because one big win or one final can shift you up the rankings to some tune.
It's not always the case, but at the minute it is. This is their 17th meeting. It's a very
99.
apt number, 17, because that's how many Players' Championship titles Dave has.
98.
Let's not forget, it was only a week ago that Chisnall was in a final with Van Gerwen in Wigan. He lost that final. What a great opportunity to put that right.
90.
He's in fine fettle at the moment, Dave Chisnall, and he's twice been a runner-up at the World Grand Prix, by the way, which is the next big tournament. As Dobey
Game
looks
shot.
at double 16 for that beautiful 149.
And getting a trophy that was actually so yellow, it might as well have been him designing it. And he was given a packet of biscuits.
174.
That's better than a packet of biscuits.
$140.
Decent pressure from Dobey, but that 174 from Chisnall, how good was that?
And he
24.
can't find the finish, so Chris Dobey has a single treble to double finish. Now wants 46 and now leaves tops. Last dart in hand at the end of the combo, and he
86.
can't get it there.
Just came out of his hand a little late. Chisnall comes back for 4s. The corner of the board that he prefers. He likes the top right corner. Oh, was he on 2s?
6.
This is a freebie for Dobey. He's got to take advantage of this.
Chisnall has lost his dexterity on the doubles. The back end of this 6th leg. And Chris Dobey, well, he can't afford to keep spurning these
Game
chances,
shot.
and he gets their last dart in hand.
$56.
Well, now there's a chance. He's left the 170, Chris Dobey. But Dave Chisnall, favourite for this leg from here, you feel. Especially now. And he put another one in the red bit to leave 76.
100.
No, it's 116 left. Dobey going fishing. Comes up dry.
134.
Big fish never come up dry. They've always got some sort of lubrication from the pond. Oh, double top.
Game shot.
That is classic Chisnell. Davis starting to separate himself from Chris. Two-leg cushion.
46.
Maybe he's just inviting Chris in here.
When he was runner-up Chisnell in the BDO World Championship to Martin Adams in 2010. And there's a big catalogue of runner-up finishes after that. Grand Prix, Grand Slam, Players' Championship Finals, Masters twice.
180.
So he's been in and amongst it, but unable to get over the line so far. And he's got a great chance to go 6-3 up now on 77.
This is a number that's won a world title. Mr. Part did this just over 21 years ago.
Game
He did
shot.
just that.
He did indeed. I recall it at the Circus Tavern. A leg away from adding Players' Championship 23 to Players' Championship 6 that he's already won.
How many people can win
140.
5 straight legs against Chisnell in this form? Very few ever have.
100.
Now, the setup shot. Adobe has the 120 that Chisnell took out in the opening leg.
81.
Well, leaves exactly 100. So Chris Dobey to stay alive. And again, he derails the visit.
He is not a happy man right now. Considering how he's played the last couple of
54.
rounds, he had high hopes of winning this tournament. But the tournament might be over.
And indeed it will be if Dave Chisnell can clean up this level ton. 2 darts at tops to become the champion in Leicester.
That's a wide. He's fortunate he didn't bust it. That is a real shock.
68.
Well, Chris Dobey with an unexpected reprieve. 56 left, tops left.
Game shot.
Chris Dobey stays alive.
Rainy Wednesday. But this is what you've got to do. Can you do it in your local? Can you do it?
Can you
In a
do it on a
different sense.
rainy Wednesday evening in Leicester?
That's exactly what I was leading up to.
Normally Stoke, isn't it? It's Tuesday night in Stoke, but it's in Leicester
140.
on a fairly miserable autumnal afternoon. But someone's going to be celebrating. Could be Chizzy here. Not this time. Went 51 for 2 tops. But Chris Dobey to get another leg on the board and close from 7-3 to 7-4 to 7-5. 88 going. 18. Oh, finds the treble for double 7.
81.
And that could be the end. And I think he realises that. Dave Chisnell has already missed a match start. Wants 76. 2 a double 8. And
Game
Dave
shot and the match.
Chisnell is
Dave
crowned
Chisnell.
king in Leicester. He defeats Chris Dobey. Too strong for Hollywood there in that final. Gets home by 8 legs to 4 in the end.